Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Today we're looking at a paper trending on X, published on August 21st, 2025, which was about 4 days ago. The headline result is clear. Large language models settle into stable, conservative strategies that earn strong profits yet fail to match human-level variability, and even with in-context human, traces the gap in stochastic, adaptive behavior persists. The paper is titled Noise, Adaptation, and Strategy, Assessing LLM Fidelity in Decision-Making. And as we'll see later, the implications for synthetic human modeling are quite significant. The study probes 3 interventions and shows predictable shifts from risk framing but limited gains in true behavioral diversity. On X, a Japanese post highlights that models choose conservative prices in auctions, showing profit focus but lacking human-like randomness, and notes difficulty using them as human proxies. Engagement looks strong with 333 likes. The intro laid out the headline gap in behavioral variability. Figure 1 now presents the full experimental design, which links the agent setup to 2 tasks and the intervention ladder. Panel B.1 shows the second price auction with 60 rounds, where agents pick a reserve price and profits depend on the top 2 bids. Panel B.2 outlines the newsvendor supplement with 30 rounds under uniform demand. Panel C summarizes the 3 interventions: Intrinsicality, instruction with risk framing, and imitation using human histories. The previous figure outlined the intervention ladder. Table 1 now defines the variables and metrics that drive the evaluations. The table lists distributional similarity via the KS distance and behavioral entropy, which quantifies how spread out actions are. For auctions, the table specifies sale indicator, profit, sell-through, and premium capture, so profit and pricing behavior can be separated. For the newsvendor task, the table includes profit and order bias, which measures deviations from the optimal quantity. Alright, the earlier table set up the metrics. Figure 3 shows how those metrics distribute across humans and the 3 model groups. The split violins compare sell-through rate and premium capture rate, so wide shapes indicate higher variability, while dots mark individual subjects. Humans display broad spread on both metrics, which signals heterogeneous strategies. GPT-4o sits near a very high sell-through rate, around 0.9, with low premium capture, indicating conservative pricing. Claude models cluster at high sell-through, but with slightly more dispersion than GPT-4o. Alright, the earlier table set up profit and reserve summaries. Figure 2 shows how average reserve prices respond to market competition. The plot indicates rising reserves from 1 to 4 bidders for all agents, which makes sense because more bidders increase expected competition. Claude lines climb from roughly 15 to the mid-20s and then level off, while GPT-4o starts near 2 and stays conservative around 22. Humans keep increasing steadily, reaching nearly 40 with 10 bidders, so human strategies remain more aggressive and adaptive. The previous figure highlighted strategy shifts with more bidders. Table 2 now reports round-level statistics under Intrinsicality. The table shows similar profits across sources, with humans slightly lower on mean profit but higher entropy, which indicates more diverse outcomes. Reserve price rows reveal the key gap. Humans post higher means and much larger spread, reaching the full range, while models cap near 80 and keep tight variance. These patterns support the earlier point that conservative, low-variability policies can earn strong profits, yet miss human-like diversity. The previous figure emphasized risk-framing effects. Figure 5 compares imitation modes head-to-head. Panel A shows reserve price distributions that widen under direct imitation, while intrinsicality remains tightly clustered. Panel B reports KS distance, where direct imitation scores the lowest divergence near 0.3, so traces resemble humans more closely. Panel C charts behavioral entropy, which rises with all imitation strategies, yet still trails human stochasticity by a wide margin, indicating persistent underdiversity despite added human context. The previous figure covered auction imitation. Figure 8 shifts to the newsvendor task and compares imitation modes. Panel A shows order bias distributions, where direct imitation spreads closest to human variability, while intrinsicality stays tightly clustered near zero bias. Panel B reports KS distance, which drops under context and direct, with context slightly lowest. Panel C plots behavioral entropy, and humans remain far higher than all model conditions, so stochasticity still falls short, despite imitation. Okay, tying it together, 2 takeaways stand out. First, the models favor stable, conservative strategies that earn solid profit yet miss human-level variability. Second, risk framing and imitation with human traces nudge behavior but still fall short on stochasticity and adaptation. Behavioral entropy, meaning the diversity of actions over time stays notably lower. That's it for this episode of the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Thanks for listening.